wireless earbuds, reusable grocery bags, wicked cool tank tops. These products were offered to us free of charge, as long as we gave them a 5-star review. It's all part of the vast underground black market of fake Amazon reviews.
How important are reviews?
Reviews are very important.
Will Chernlin is Chief Marketing Officer at an Amazon consulting firm. He says big reviews can mean big money.
An iPhone charger, there may be 30,000 different products to choose from, and so all you have to fall back on is reviews.
And we certainly do. According to Pew Research, half of all Americans under 50 years old routinely check online product reviews. And they work. A study from Pattern Consulting showed just a 1-star increase in average rating can lead to a 26% boost in sales. And it's that kind of purchasing power that has created the black market for fake reviews. Amazon banned incentivized reviews in 2016, and the company routinely hunts for fake ones, even suing sellers who try it. But we found, despite this, the phony 5-star business is still booming. We gained access to 2 private Amazon reviewer groups on Facebook, and in minutes, scrolled through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of product solicitors willing to refund a purchase for a fake review, and in some cases offer a commission on top of it. Here's what we found. In these groups, you pick out the picture of the product you want. I picked a picture of some Bluetooth headphones and was asked to message the seller on Facebook chat. I asked, do you reimburse for reviews? He said, yes, full refund after review. I asked, what kind of review are you looking for? He said, 5-star review, dear. Another seller offered a back massager saying refund when you receive it. Need 5-star review with picture. I ask, is that legal? She responds, it's not against the law.
So I ended up purchasing this stuff all with the promise of getting a full refund in exchange for a fake 5-star review. Of course, we didn't actually review the products because our attorneys confirm that's illegal. However, it brought up an interesting question. How many reviews on Amazon are actually fake, and how can you tell the difference?
So it's not every product, but some products have a big problem.
Tommy Noonan founded the website ReviewMeta.com. It's a tool that filters out potentially fake Amazon reviews and gives you an adjusted score of that product. While Amazon reports that less than 1% of its reviews are fake, Noonan's data has it much higher.
It's about 7 to 11% of reviews on Amazon appear to be unnatural.
According to data from ReviewMeta.com, nearly half of all reviews in the headphones category are untrustworthy. 37% of all cell phone accessory reviews. Even pest control reviews have red flags. And get this, in 1 month last year, Noonan's site found nearly 700,000 fake reviews for screen protectors and nearly 500,000 for earbuds.
So how can you spot a fake review?
You could use ReviewMeta.com. I found it to be fast, easy, and free. Otherwise, you could do what Chernlin does.
Sort by negative reviews and look at all the 1-star reviews and see what they say. Look at the time frame in which the reviews are left. Make sure that they're not all just left within one chunk of time, that they're spread out. And then lastly, click on the reviewer's actual profile and see, do they have a pattern of leaving only positive reviews or only negative reviews, or are these actually legitimate people buying these products?
Reached out to Amazon for comment on the ratings black market. They said in part to police these fraudulent reviews, quote, we use powerful machine learning tools and skilled investigators to analyze over 10 million review submissions weekly, aiming to stop abusive reviews before they were published, end quote. They also said they work with other social media companies to find bad actors. And to get all this information and see how the how-to video we made for spotting fake reviews, text review to 763-797-7215, and we will send you a link. Also, I just found this out yesterday. Amazon is doing something else. It's rather simple. A one-touch review option. Now you don't have to leave a comment. You just click the star rating if you've purchased a product. Amazon wants to make it easier because not everybody reviews products, about 1 to 3%. Other experts, Amazon won't confirm this, but other experts believe if more people review, a lot more, it'll just drown out the fake ones.
Yeah. It's great to know there are tools you can use, though, because how are you supposed to tell if
Right.
somebody's being legitimate or not when they're reviewing
Or
an
take
item?
the time to even look through all that too.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Very helpful. Thank you, Chris.
Sure.
Appreciate it. Love the tank top, by the way. That looks great on
That's
you.
a hot tank top.
That was you.
All the way.
All the way.